Hey everybody, and welcome to a new episode of
It'd be like that, or what you just looked like. I wasn't ready to
I
start
was
the show.
trying to share shit.
Oh, shit.
So, hey, what's up with you?
Shit. Stuff and other things.
Stuff and
You know.
things.
So, what's up with you? No, I'm still dealing with the kidney stone crap.
Kidney stono?
The good thing is, I am not in like constant back pain all the time, and I quit taking the Motrin.
Well, that's good.
The bad thing is, I still haven't passed it. When I talked to the specialist last week, or over a week ago, I should say, not last Wednesday, but the previous Wednesday, they were like, "Oh, well, you know, normally the biggest size people can push through is a 5. That's saying that you can't pass yours through, but yours is a 6."
It just happens to be one more higher than
the normal. Well,
the normal.
That's just my fucking luck. So, yeah. So, they set me up with an X-ray, which I got last night, and I, obviously haven't heard anything back from them yet. Of course, I haven't checked my Kaiser app either, but I'm presuming they were going to call me. But they pretty much told me that if I can't pass it, that they want to go take a laser, put it up my hoo-ha.
It's going up the front, right? Not going up the back.
Yes, through the front. I'd rather have it go up the back than the front.
All your kidney stones to the front, to the front.
Shit. So they're going to put it up there.
Oh, so this is going to be like inner space? You're going to get Dennis Quaid shrunk down to a little like ship, and it's going to go in your pee hole and start shooting lasers?
Jesus.
And then you're going to become Martin Short?
No, just send Rick and Morty in there or something. Or Ant-Man.
No, I wouldn't send Ant-Man because, he's liable to make a mistake and grow big and then,
Yeah, fuck it.
no more dick.
So, stupid. So anyways, with a laser, shoot it up to get it out. Then they want to put a stent with a rope hanging
Lasers.
out. With the laser. And put a stent with a rope. Yeah, I don't know if I could do that. Just take me out the pasture.
A stent with a rope?
Yeah, hanging out of it.
Oh, so you've got like your own, whatchamacallit, like penis tampon going on there.
Pretty much. Just take me out to pasture. I've lived 39 years.
If you will.
That's good enough. Fuck it.
Why can't they just use like the ultrasonic waves that they were talking about?
Too fat.
Oh, is that what they told you?
Pretty much.
Oh, that sucks.
They said it nicer.
They said it nicer.
But for the most
part,
you've
got a little bit of chunkiness on you. So
look at fat fuck. I don't think you can hit the limit on that. I think it's like 350. So
it's fucked. It's about 350. And that's what I realized, that nurse was a dinosaur from the Cretaceous period. Paleolithic era.
That's about 350.
Damn you, Loch Ness Monster. You ain't getting my 350 kidney stone.
You ain't getting my 350 or my kidney stone.
I'm sorry, but that sucks.
We'll see what happens. This whole time I've been waiting to see if I actually it out, but
you haven't heard any ting 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 ting. Nothing like that. Well, at least the back pain's gone.
For the most part, yeah.
Then you can,
I mean, just the other day I could still feel a little twinged, but I mean, not enough to take anything for it.
Well, I'm saying then you can start singing, living with a kidney stone. I can't pee it out. I feel bad. Living with a kidney stone.
I think Weird Al's going to sue somebody.
Oh, God damn it. Now I'm going to have Weird Al after me, too.
Yeah.
So I've got Julia Roberts, Weird Al, and Kane Hodder all coming after me.
Why is Julia Roberts coming?
You haven't listened to the Seed of Chucky episode, have you?
No, that's actually my next one to start.
You'll hear why.
I guess I'll find out. But
so, besides all that, how's work? How's
Work's cool for the most part. I mean, just some I don't even want to go into it too much. We kind of were talking about it.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about it.
Twitch, so I don't
Let me tell you something about it.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
but
dun.
Yeah, other than that, it's cool. I mean, so 2 weeks ago, I went to my brother's birthday chip thing he got, right?
Oh, his anniversary?
Yeah. Excuse me. And so I got into a big argument with my dad about this because, AA says they're not a religious group.
Yeah.
Which is fine. They want to say spiritual. I don't care. Like at the end of the day, and I knew this was going to happen when I asked my dad this question. I knew he was going to take this the wrong way, feel attacked or whatever, or that I'm attacking the program. I'm not. AA is great. It saved my dad's life. He's been sober for 34 years. Saved my brother's life. He's been sober for 2 years. It saves people's lives. I get it. I'm not attacking. But my thing was, if you're going to say that you're not a religious group, but you say the All Father prayer at the end and the Serenity prayer at the end, at the beginning, that seems religious to me. Like if you want, like, say that you're not religious, you're kind of a spiritual. We believe in a higher power that helped us get sober. That's fine, cool. But if you start praying, prayer is from religion. And my dad got in this big argument with me about it. Like, I'm like, do you see, you're arguing all the wrong points. You're missing what I'm saying. You're telling me, oh, you're attacking the program. No, you're not listening to what I'm trying to say. But, that's just my dad.
No, I agree. I mean, it's weird because it is kind of like, I mean, figuratively and how they pose everything, it's like it's a come to Jesus meeting, right? No. I mean, it's the thing is that it has its roots in religious, standards.
And they walked away from that part of the founders,
but they still do everything
because but at the time those founders weren't allowing other people in. Right. And that's when they said, no, this program is to help people get sober, so it shouldn't matter if you're Jewish, Christian, Catholic, Hindu, atheist. We should be helping you get sober. And that's why they walked away from that. What's up,
Mr. L?
Mr. L, all bad. But I don't know. Like I said, it's just... What the hell?
I know. Siri is getting all choked up.
I know.
About,
I was like, is that my headphone or is that... do I have a tumor? God?
It's not a tumor.
But I don't know. Like I said, it's not worth a big drag out on it. I just think something to me I think is kind of stupid, in my eyes. And that's fine, if that's what works for you. But I just feel like if you're going to say you're this, then why are you doing that? That's to me is a little contradictory, and that started an argument with them. But
do this, don't do that.
Yeah,
yeah, I get it, but I mean that's just. It sucks, but that's kind of the way things, roll in general when it comes down to that stuff.
Yeah.
But I get it. I definitely see your point because it's definitely something that is, it's weird. It's kind of like when people go to prison, right? Like, and not comparing the two perfectly, but, the way that you go into the program and then there's a lot of religious help. And then a lot of people come out of it and they become very religious, with it. There's a lot of people that have done AA that all of a sudden they're like, super into whatever the religion and stuff is, same thing with the prison. But it's not, they're both not, religious institutions.
My thing was, like, I used the example, and I gave this one to my dad too. I was like, that's like me saying, I absolutely hate Christmas, but then you come to my house, I have Christmas lights up and stuff. I'm like, whoa, I like the colors or something. I like how it sparkles. I mean, to me, it's the same thing. But whatever.
If you're denying that it's based around a religious holiday, what you believe,
So, but I mean, like I said, I'm definitely not attacking AA.
Yeah, Josh says his aunt went to AA 2 years ago. So she's super religious now, and see that just kind of happens. I don't know why. But it's...
I mean, like I said, I'm definitely not attacking the program because they definitely do bring it don't matter. Like I said, you could be atheist or whatever. They're going to help you if you need it and you put the work in to get better. And it does work. Because
you don't have to, cow down, or maybe that's the wrong word to use, but you don't have to be become that way. It's just be there. You find a higher power and attach it to yourself. Yeah, and some people will do it, and it's not everybody. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
is that people do it and they get into it. So it's the way. It's kind of, and this kind of leads into my thing where with funerals in general, they always seem to be at religious places too, right? When's the last time you've been to a funeral or a viewing and it was just somewhere?
Well, I mean, unless it was at the funeral home.
Yeah, but even at the funeral home, there's still a lot of religious stuff that's around. So.
Yeah, it's true.
But, yeah. So.
Well, if we had done what my grandpa wanted, my Mexican grandpa, he basically just said, I don't want a funeral. I've lived long enough. When I die, you wrap me in a blanket, bury me in the backyard like my people.
Just shove me in a cardboard box, put me in that dumpster bin, and then ship me to the yard.
Which cracks me up because if we had done that, which of course we didn't.
Right.
Say we had done that. We don't live in that property no more. Can you imagine? We're going to do some renovation.
Dang, that's morbid. Yeah, it kind of is, but, that's the way some people do it. Some people don't want the rigmarole of being in, a funeral, having people do that. And then there's other people that want you to cry for them forever and ever and ever.
I mean, I get slack from my parents sometimes because I don't ever go to the cemetery to visit grandparents.
Oh, really?
I've been there, Scott's, was hanging out with us and then will ask us to go with him to go see his dad. And it's at the same cemetery. So if I'm there, I might walk over there or something. Yeah. But, I mean...
I go sometimes on, big events.
It's, I don't know, it's weird for me. I think it's not my parents, so it's, and my grandparents. So I'm saying, but the connection is a little different. I would definitely go see I'm trying to say this without sounding like a dick, because I love all of my grandparents. My grandma on my dad's side is still alive, but it's not that I don't love my grandparents on my mom's side. I do, but I don't know. I've always had a weird. They did a lot of stuff. I'm not saying they never did anything for me, but they did a lot of stuff for my cousins. Mm-hmm. On my mom's side, it's all girls except for my brother and I. They took them they would play softball and stuff like that. They went to their softball games. They took them to one cousin to a trip to I forget where it was, Arizona or somewhere, to watch the softball Olympic team or some shit. Mm-hmm. I mean, I played football for 4 years. I got my grandpa to come to one game. He didn't even stay till halftime and left.
Jeez.
And I mean, when the girls came over, it was always, let's go do something. When I came over, I was doing manual labor. Painting fences and digging holes.
That's because you're a man.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
And I know they love me, and I don't think that they didn't love me, but
I know.
I always felt more awkward towards that side because, and I was close to my papa especially, but I don't know. It just always felt weird that they went and did all this shit all the time with the girls, and I was there to mow lawns, and I mean, it was good that I learned some of this stuff.
You were there
at the same
to
time,
be a man. Learn how to be a man.
They got to go on trips and shit. Yeah, so but so it's weird for me to want to go visit the. If I think about them, I think about them. I don't ever think about my grandparents. Right. I think about them, but I don't think where I have to go to their grave. I was way close. I grew up right next to my other grandfather. Mm-hmm. Like I said, because him and my grandma owned the property that we lived on, and it was like I said with all my little cousins. My uncle, my grandparents lived here. there was a duplex here where my family lived, my uncle on that side lived, and then my other uncle lived in the front. You know, they always have the stereotypical, like the Mexicans live all in one house. Well, we are all on one property.
Oh, that's the same thing with my grandfather's side of the family.
Yeah.
Great grandmother owned the property that like 7 different houses were on, and everybody was there. And then my grandfather was the one that was put in the front and watched everybody. But it sounds like favoritism.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely was.
See, it's weird because I have the same thing. Like I was a lot closer to your wife's, my grandmother and my grandfather, because we saw them all the time. They were always involved. They always came to stuff. And, it's a weird thing that on my father's side, we're the only kids. We were the only grandkids. We were only nieces and nephews. And my dad was the one that had to constantly make an effort to go see them. Like, they rarely came to the house and saw us as kids. And, my grandmother always enjoyed the time that we were with her, but it was like she wouldn't show up in anything. She lived in Castro Valley for X amount of years and got invited to every concert that we did, every school play, everything like that. Never showed up. And it's not like she had other grandkids. She had her husband, my step-grandfather, I guess you could say, and I think he had kids, and I think she was doing more with them than she was ever doing with us. And it's just, like, weird with that. Yeah. It's like, and this is going to sound terrible, because there was 2 deaths recently in, like, my world. One happens to be my aunt's husband on my dad's side. He passed away, and they're in Texas, and honestly, it's been one of those things where I didn't really know the guy. Like, at all. Like, she was with this one guy around here, and that was her, like, hippie years, where she was doing all sorts of stuff, and I can tell you stuff offline that's crazier than, to think it's my fucking family that did that shit. But, when she moved out there, and she was with Chuck, and, like, he's not even uncle, he's just Chuck, Yeah. And so, like, I feel bad for my aunt, but it's weird that I kind of don't feel much.
I mean, it's more the what's the word I'm looking for? The empathy.
There's empathy there. There's definitely
for your
there,
aunt,
but
everything. But
she was rarely there, and she would fly out every once in a while from Houston, come to see us, but not really. But she would always. I always felt like we were the afterthought, and it's kind of like the same thing with most of their family. And I don't know, maybe I should just erase this part from the podcast, because sometimes my aunt listens to this stuff, and my aunt Laura, but, I feel for everything that's there, and it's one of those things where it's kind of like, I just wish that, and she's always, when she lived in this area, she would see us more often than everybody else. And if there's favoritism to any of my aunts and uncles, it's her, because she's always been like, she's always made sure to message me, say I'm proud of you or whatever it is, and all this other stuff.
I'm going to tell your Aunt Mary.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm talking about dad's side of the family. Talking about, and it's hard with Mary. Like, see, I have a hard time with that, though she is my Aunt Mary, and we always, Aunt Mary. But I always call Uncle. It's not Uncle Angelo. It's Uncle. And the reason for that is that, growing up for the longest time, they weren't married. So you have to favor all your family. Some are avoided. Yeah, I get that. But
definitely.
It's not to say they're bad people. That's where I feel like that avoid
it
thing
depends.
comes from.
I mean, have you ever met Crystal's Auntie Annie?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I have.
Avoid.
Yeah.
Evil.
No, see, I know that side. I know that. Her Uncle Mark, awesome guy.
Yeah.
Well, times.
He is. He is. Me and him butt heads a lot. He quit talking to me for a year after the Niners lost the Super Bowl.
Oh, well, that's your fault.
No, it's not. Because no. Damn, all I said was the quest for 6 continues. That's all I said to him. And you know what? Fucking goddamn well that if the Raiders had lost like that, he would have been on my ass. And that's the thing. That's the thing about sports with me. I'm not going to go and say, like, for example, Josh, here's a perfect example. With that day with the was it last week when the Chiefs killed the freaking Raiders? If Brig would have texted me, I probably would have went off. Because Brig doesn't like sports like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, if it's like Rick or Josh, someone who actually gives a shit about a team and goes to the sports events and talks shit, I will take it with a grain of salt because if his team lost or something, I'm going to give him some shit. That's fine. But like someone who doesn't talk shit or doesn't really like sports and then wants to talk shit, that's when I go off. But the other thing is, I only give what you give me.
Right.
I can go hard, I know that. But like, no, really. Like, for example,
sorry, I'm not laughing.
With you.
Just, the laugh is, I know how hard you can go.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Hold on. With me and you, we razz each other.
Right.
But like, say with Frank, he used
my God,
he used to talk
Frank.
so much shit, so I'd give it right back to him.
Right.
But then he couldn't take it.
Right.
But I gave him what he gave me. Now, I can go super hard. You know what I mean? But, like,
Right.
if you're not going that hard with me, I'm not going to fucking give it to you like
So,
that.
I
I'll
don't
razz
need
you.
both you and Ben sending over the same fucking TikTok about the taint-interception. Like, all right, I see it, but who won the game? Doesn't matter.
Nonetheless, it's still the fucking Raiders. But, like, that's, like, basically why Ben says why he doesn't talk sports with people.
Right.
Because he knows he's going to go too hard. He knows he's going to go too far, and he don't have a filter like I do.
Oh.
Surprisingly, yes, people, I have a filter. Ben, no filter. So, you don't give a fuck.
A little filter.
As much as I don't give a fuck, he don't give a fuck more.
Ben,
Goddamn right.
We were at Aftershock, and, the Raiders and the 49er games were going on, and I just said something, and I was like, oh, I don't want to start talking sports with Ben, because we talked for a second, and then he's just like, I could tell his demeanor going, and he's like, I'm like, yeah, but you don't really give a fuck about that, so, forget it. And he's like, goddamn right.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, I was just like, huh. Because that was when all the Gruden stuff was dropping, and he started talking about the Gruden stuff, and I was just like, oh.
But you know what, though? If he talked to you,
But I know.
different.
The thing is, Ben and I have different, relationship than other people. Like, and the thing is I don't go out there, as soon as my team wins, your team loses, I'm not going to rub it in your fucking face. No. I'm just like, all right, here we go. Like, I'll sit down and watch any fucking game. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be my team, even though, next Sunday we've got, the Vikings and 49ers going on.
Uh-oh.
Josh.
Do I hear a bet? Another hat bet?
But, yeah, it's just going to be, T-shirt bet. Yeah, that's right. Get a Terrible Terror T-shirt.
Well,
I'll buy farts.
Now, the bet what we had done was whoever lost had to buy the other team's team hat.
Oh.
Wear it in a video and then send the hat to the other person.
See, you wouldn't do that with me when we were doing the pick'em. That was one of the bets if you lost the pick'em league.
Okay, first of all.
Because it's a 49er hat, not a Vikings hat.
No, not why. First of all, fuck the Niners. Second of all, no, really. I think that pick and win is bullshit. It shouldn't just be by the points. It should be by the fucking record. If you look every year, I have the best picking fucking records, but you get more points somehow.
Because I know how to pick the points, the games that are give me the points, rather than losing the big games.
I'm so good at picking normally and then it's just the points.
The confidence makes it so much better because these things can happen with that.
Yeah, he won. Yes, he won. He beat me. The video's on the internet of me wearing a Vikings hat.
Yeah, well, that's the way.
Hey, that Vikings
just the way
hat.
It is.
That Vikings hat made it to Josh, and then made it inside the stadium for the Vikings. He wore it when he went to the game.
Oh, so you bought it, wore it, and then sent it to him.
Oh, there he is.
There's Raiders.
And if you missed it, Brian, or excuse me, Ben, if you missed it, you're goddamn right.
So,
oh shit. With Pixel?
With pride.
Oh, with
Not
pride.
With Pixel.
I can't see that far. I'm at an angle. Also,
I'm at an angle.
Hey, I see a P, and Josh, I figured that was probably Pixel.
Well, good you to think about something else when you see a P in Josh. But,
damn.
Yeah. So, but I guess I'll go on with the rest of my week then.
Yes.
So,
like I said, other than that, it's funny we went from AA to all into sports talk like that. But there was something else I wanted. Oh, well, you know what? I'll save this after because it's more of a talk than just my because you were there too. But go ahead.
Okay, so
ready, go, scene.
So, like I said, Uncle passed away, and then the founder of my company passed away.
Oh,
and so last night, that's where I was for a while. Like, I worked from home yesterday because I'm like, I need to get dressed for this whole thing, because they were doing a viewing over in Oakland for him. And, he's just, he's 79. As somebody else that I listened to would say, congratulations, because, like, you made it that far. Like, what's the age? They're saying that we should celebrate life, so you make it to a certain age, and they say congratulations, where if you die at 40, that's sad. But if you die, at 80...
Well, it depends. What'd you do in that 40 years?
Depends. Yeah, you could have been a great man in those 40 years, and then maybe you do get a congratulations, but,
I always worry about when I die. I always so when I went to my friend AJ died like 8 years ago. That place was so fucking packed.
Mm-hmm.
It was like people were like filling up the outside, the Chapel of the Chimes. You know what I'm talking about? That one over to the right. I think one
over there, Mission. Is that the one where
like
your dad
if you're like heading home and it's the first one on the right?
Yeah,
Okay. That whole place was packed. I always say, what's he say? What's he put?
Oh, by the way, Brian, you put Joyce and Halo. The more, the merrier tonight. Sure, I can join on.
Team farts.
That's right.
Anyways, it was so packed. I always say, at the end of the day, I'm dead, so who gives a fuck? But I always say, I was like, man, when I die,
somebody's spidey sense is going to tingle. The disturbance in the force, it's gone.
Thank God. No, I'm just saying, I always have a feeling I'll have some family there, and that's about it.
Yeah, no, that's what I figure, too. There'll be some people that
But at the end of the day, who cares? You're dead. Fuck it.
I don't need a ton of people. When you die, it's no longer your problem. That's right.
Exactly. It's true.
It is now the burden of your family to pay for your expenses.
Yep. It's my plan now to be
expensive.
It's my plan now to be a perverted ghost, and all the girls I want to see naked go haunt them.
Perverted ghost. Perverted ghost now. Ghost Patrick. God
damn it, he slimed me again.
Oh, God. What are you doing, Step Ghost?
I wasn't even stuck yet.
But yeah, so I did that yesterday, and that's been weighing on my mind, like with the whole thing, because I don't talk about where I work or anything, but the guy is, if you're in the know, you know who the guy is, and I was just thinking back to everything from when I first met him, and he's always been sick, like he's always been in a wheelchair since I've known him. Remember the first time I heard his name, I made a Simpsons reference in the back of my mind because it was, I thought it was funny. But, like, the guy truly was, like, a really innovative guy. He came in from Hungary and struggled in the U.S. and basically built, like, his own mini IT empire in the Bay Area. And then from that, everything that he's done, like... The company so he owns two companies, or he owned, I should say, us and then this other company which makes eyeglasses. And that company makes money hand over fist. Like, they ship out per day, they ship about 30,000 pairs of eyeglasses a day, and I think it keeps rising, right? They have a profit, like a monthly profit, if our company could have it. It's literally close to, I think, 3-4 million a month is what the profit is when it comes through. Like, the guy's basically, my CFO said, I got to look in his bank account once, and I've never seen that amount of money anywhere. And he just has it, right? And he's estranged from his wife, all this other stuff.
Well, that's good.
But the dude is, like, super altruistic. Like, he literally created the company he created to create low-cost eyeglasses for a bunch of people. He's the first company to do it. It took a while for it to get off because in the U.S. there's all these stupid things. But he literally did it because he's like, I want people that can't afford, I want them to be able to see. And that's it. He's like, I don't get why these companies like Lensotica are out there that control the glasses market. They may say Ray-Ban on the side of your glasses, but they're made by one company, and that's it. Right? And now you have all these other people out there. We're going to be probably playing Halo Infinite beta. But so he basically created a company. He said, look, these guys basically pay the same price for these pair of glasses that I do, right? Made in China, made with these certain types of lenses. Maybe their lenses have some other things, but I pay $2 and something cents. Why should I sell these for $300? And he makes a strong, fine pair of glasses for $6. And that's just what he's done. And he created our company as a way to also help people. His biggest thing with our device, because it, long story short, doesn't really work on children well, but he always wanted us to do that, create a device that will work for children and will work in countries where optical, resources aren't available, ready. But this guy kept this. I've never been in a company where we've been allowed to do what we want, right? Like, we've been allowed to fail so much just because he believed in the technology, he believed in the staff.
He's given it a chance.
He's given it a chance, and he's funded us. And there's always fights between him and his estranged wife on putting money back into the company. And also the old lawyers that he had. And then they found out that the lawyers were just basically trying to keep him around so they'd get paid. And then when he finally got rid of them, all of a sudden things started moving super fast. And it was like, okay, this could have been done, yesterday. Which sucks. Why would you prey on an old guy? He's a smart old man, but he's still, because he's been sick for so long with whatever he had, that it's hard for him to be like, yeah, I'm going to stay on top of this 24/7. It's, fucking leeches, man.
As I said, the first thing that came to mind when you said that was Jurassic Park. I came here to defend me against, or to defend me, and the only one on my side is the blood-sucking lawyer.
So, yeah, it just was like, I went to the viewing yesterday and just was like, you see him there, and I stood in front of the coffin and just looking down, and it made me wish that I had more interactions with him, but I treasure the interactions that I had. Like, it's just, I remember the first time I made him laugh. Like, that was like the great thing, because like it was always awkward between us, and then literally we were in something, and my mind just made one of those stupid offhanded comments, and he was laughing like heartily. And then from that moment, then it became easier for the two of us to interact with each other. But I'm not in a position, I'm not marketing, and I'm not hardware, I'm not software. So it's like, oh, you know what the cool thing I get to see? I get to see your cool, like when we talked about shipping and stuff like that, he was totally into it. But that's not something he has to worry about, right? It's just one of those weird things. So, it was kind of cool. It was very entertaining, just to see, like, I always like when you're not a normal person, or not normal's the wrong way. You're not like a regular, I guess. You're not always around. You're not family.
Yeah.
It's interesting, and just to see who shows up and why they're showing up, right? So it was cool. And my boss is like one of his best friends. Like, that's one of his best friends in the world that passed away. And we didn't necessarily have to go. He just said, hey, there's a viewing. If you guys want to come. And so, there were about 6 of us in the company that went and saw everything. And then I got a nice note from this morning saying that it meant a lot to him, And it's weird. Again, we're in a weird company where it's like, we're still small, but not like super big. So everybody starts to kind of feel like that family aspect that some people talk about. But I know when most companies say, oh, we're like family.
You mean family.
That's right. But when most companies say that, it's to basically, screw you out of whatever it is. Oh, we're like family, and you wouldn't do this to family. No, but you're doing this supposedly to family.
Yeah.
So it's, like I said, it was that. Other than that, it's been, lighthearted. We had a lot of fun playing Halo with everybody, so probably we'll be joining everybody tonight. And we got some good wins, close wins today with Warzone. That was fun.
Yeah. And then we had a jailbreak. Oh, never mind.
That was
just
so
giving
funny.
you shit, Josh.
Because all of a sudden it was like jailbreak, and then we were all dropping. That was hilarious.
That was great. So, okay, let's set this up real quick.
All right.
Just to give you a little shit, Josh. Or Mr. L. Follow Mr. L.
Let's set this up.
So, we just basically all died. Team wiped.
Yep.
And, we Josh does what he always does. And what I do when I'm ahead, we're all dead. I'm not going to sit here and watch these other assholes. We start a new game. Well, I guess he had hit the new game, but it hadn't loaded yet. And it hit jailbreak. Everybody's back. Even though you were dead, you're back. So right when we fell out of the plane, it cut off and went to the other screen. And like I said, I'm not mad at Josh. It was just like, oh, in that moment, we're back. No, we're not.
You know what would have been hilarious? Say if we fell in the circle somewhere that was like hidden, and then we were the last of the two groups that were left. And we actually got second. Yeah.
Oh man,
that would have been hilarious.
Was funny though. That was funny.
Yeah. So what you wanna? You were gonna say something else, and you said you wanted it to be like a discussion.
Movies.
Oh yes.
Okay.
So
we're gonna talk. I'll set this up right now.
Right.
After this episode is done, Brian, Kyle from the Back in Time podcast, and myself are gonna get together and record an episode about Ghostbusters Afterlife. So we're not gonna talk about it here.
No.
So, but.
I haven't talked about it with anybody because I'm just waiting.
Yes. So, my thing, though, about the movies. We've been to the movies 2 weeks in a row, both on a Thursday.
Eternals first.
Yes.
And then
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yep.
Okay. I need to buy Century Theaters or AMC because I would make it, or become a fucking governor or something. I don't know. But I would make it a fucking rule.
No longer
after
Paranormal
7
Pat,
o'clock.
He's political Pat.
After
64.
7 o'clock, little kids aren't allowed in the movie theater.
Right.
I'm sorry.
R-rated movies, no kids.
I'm so sick of, teenagers is something else you have to worry about. But like the fact that we saw Eternals, and we're sitting there. There's a guy there with a bunch of kids. Two of these little fucking idiots were running in and out of the fucking theater. Crystal, at one point, went to go to the bathroom. And when she came back, she saw that they were leaving the whole theater area. There's a little arcade area across the food court. Yep. And coming back. So, obviously, they kept trying to come back for probably more money or some bullshit.
Right.
Why the theater people would allow them to go in and out, first of all. But they're going in and out, back and forth, and that was pissing me off. Then you have these stupid fucking teenagers, and I want to hear you were a teenager before, because guess what? When I was a teenager and I went to the movies, I watched the fucking movie.
That's right. We also didn't have cell phones and everything like that. But
even
still.
if I got cell phones now, I'm not fucking using them.
Yeah. Well, there were some grown-ass people to our right that were getting text messages and had their little light. They put their flashing light on. Every time they get a message, it's fucking flashing like crazy.
That's why they need to put something in the theaters that block cell phones.
Right.
That way they can't use them. Like, just completely...
You can't plug my cell phone. What if I need to call my child?
EMP that shit. Just blow them all out. If they're on, they're
just
dead
have
now.
Somebody waiting... Like, at the beginning, like, okay, show me that it's either in airplane mode or it's turned off completely.
No, put them in a locker.
Or those little bags at certain concerts.
Yep.
Where you can't get the lock until you leave.
I don't give a shit. Because they got these two fucking teenagers over there taking pictures and shit of themselves. Not even on the fucking
so
screen.
Good, I gotta take pictures of the screen.
They were taking selfies. They weren't even taking pictures of the screen. So,
we're at the movie, guys.
So... The fucking people came in at least twice and walked over and said something to them. You know what I mean? Like, at the second time, their asses should have been gone.
Right.
So, it finally got to the point where I'm getting pissed. I was beyond pissed. And they took a picture again, and I said, turn the fucking flash off, you idiots. So then the little shits in front of us thought they were going to be smart.
Mm-hmm.
And said, shut up. I said, you shut the fuck up, you little piece of shit. Like, I was ready to fucking not only fight the dad, I was ready to punch a little kid in the face, and I don't give a fuck. I will say that right here, I would have punched that little fucker in the face. I'm sorry, I spent my money to go watch a fucking movie. I should not be interrupted with your bullshit. Just like I shouldn't go into a movie theater and interrupt you with my bullshit.
Does this need music? To go along with this?
Go ahead. I'm just saying, like, it's just one of those days.
This is what I meant.
I mean, as soon as the fucking previews hit, my phone is off. Previews are on, phone's off, completely off, not even on silent, it's off. You get these fucking assholes who want to keep looking at their fucking phone or talking. Go to Ghostbusters. You had them idiots talking through the whole fucking movie. And I finally said, oh, are you here to watch a fucking movie or are you here to have a conversation? Oh, look, it's her. She was in the first movie. No shit, stupid. It's Ghostbusters, you fucking morons.
I didn't know there were ghosts in this movie.
Oh, look, they're using a proton pack. Oh, really? You didn't think a proton pack was going to show up in the movie? Duh.
You good?
As soon as I take control. First of all, like I said, ban kids. After 7 o'clock, these little fuckers, maybe 8. I'll give you 8 because you could get like a late showing for a kid movie or something, right? But after 8 o'clock, no one under the age.
I don't even think you get 8 o'clock like kid movies.
I'm just in case. After 8 o'clock or whatever, no kids under 15. First of all.
Well, you have PG-13, so you should be like, look, it says PG-13, no kids. 13 and up, you're fine. You can go in there. No. But because that's the rating of the movie, and the kids should be able to go on. I don't care.
We'll say 16 and under. If you were able to drive to the theater, then okay. 16 and under.
You can do what you want.
Second of all,
you can go in there, but you better shut the fuck up.
They need to have a fucking attendant in each theater.
Right.
Or at least constantly walking in and out of the theaters. And 2 warnings, and you're out. Or 1 warning. 1 warning, second warning,
see,
you're getting fucking taken out.
I used to remember that happening when we used to go to like sold out movie theaters in, the 2000s, early 2000s. Like we go to Union City, and it's a big movie that came out. And there would be security people that would walk into the theater and check on everything and then leave. To make sure people weren't doing whatever.
I'm going to build my own theater. And I'm going to say right off the bat, you come into this theater, I'm letting you know. If you're sitting there,
theaters.
Yes. If you're sitting there and you turn your phone on after the previews, each seat's electrified. You're getting a shock.
It's time to chalk, and you have to sign a waiver before you can go see the movie in the Pat's theaters. You agree to these terms, or it's in your terms and conditions. By purchasing a ticket, you agree to allow Pat to shock your ass if you talk, use your phone, or let your kids run around wild in the movie theater.
Now, see, now, I'm not saying complete. Like, I get it. During the movie, you might say, "Oh, that was, that's one thing." Like a quick little snippet,
but not the conversation.
It's fine. But now when you're like, "Hey, remember when she showed up in the first movie and she said this, and then she scratched her ass in the third scene?" Like, what the fuck are you doing? Hey, you know what? After this, let's go get some groceries. It's like 9 o'clock at night, but let's go get some groceries and maybe like smoke some doobies, bro. Like, what the fuck are you having conversations for during the movie?
What kids are you hanging around that they're saying smoke some doobies?
Those were adults on Ghostbusters. They were having the conversation.
But still,
and you know how shit goes. Everything turns.
So then they
around.
were old enough to know because they're using the term doobies.
And I'm telling you right now, like, okay, this is my stint too. If I go to a kids movie, it's a cartoon, Pixar movie, Disney movie, right? Yeah. If I go to a Disney movie, I expect there to be kids there. If I go to a superhero movie, I would say talk
the entire time. Go into a Pixar movie and just treat them the same way. Yeah. Start running around the theater.
But what I'm saying is, I kind of, my patience is a little more like I'm at a kids movie. There's gonna be kids here. I'm expecting there to be a little bit of something. A superhero movie during the day, okay. But if I'm going at night, at a late showing, I should not have to deal with that bullshit. Or we're going to a horror movie. It's supposed to be real quiet, and I have you in there with your fucking infant. I'm 3 months old. I shouldn't be in the theater, but...
That is an intelligent child that's there. 3 months old. I shouldn't be here.
I wasn't ready.
I was born to a Mexican family.
Pretty much. It boggles my mind.
All right, see you later, Josh.
All right, brother Josh.
See you tonight.
It boggles my mind that it is 2021 and we still have not gotten some kind of something to where, you know what I mean? Like, it just amazes me.
It's worse. I was talking with Alex from Beyond the Void Horror Podcast, and we were talking about something different, but it's the same fucking thing. That people nowadays, like, they just don't give a shit. Like, it makes me feel
consequences
old.
For anything.
There's no consequences, but at the same time, there's just like people are just like, well, I'm gonna do things my way, or they just want they want everything easy and done for them, and then it comes to this where they have no fucking like filter on anything. It's like, how do you not know to be, you know, they probably said it about us when we were kids too, but like, how do you not know to be polite in a theater, right? How do you not know that you're coming here, that this is an experience that other people are going to enjoy it? If you don't like the movie, you know, that's one thing, but don't disrupt it for everybody that is sitting there, because if you don't like it or you're bored, doesn't mean that somebody else isn't as well. Like, that's what's been going. There's some people that, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, they still try to instill their values and everything like that they have with their kids. And nowadays, it's just a lot of people. But if you were to try to say to that parent, hey, your kid's being fucking rowdy. Oh, don't you do that, my son. Don't you do that, my daughter.
Yeah.
They'll defend their bad behavior to the fucking dad. You ain't their daddy. What the fuck you?
And then I give them the option. Well, you shut the fucker up or I'll shut the fucker up. You pick. I have done that before at the theater. I have done that at a Monday Night Raw before. We were there, and this little shithead kept holding up his signs. When everybody's coming out, we're all standing up, like the wrestlers coming out. Right. Okay, cool, we're all standing up. Now the show's going on, and they tell you, while the wrestling's going on, remain seated and keep your signs down. This little shit the whole time blocking us. And I asked twice nicely, can you tell him to put the sign down? The third time I said, I'm not asking nicely anymore. Either you tell him to put the sign down or I'll rip it up and throw it in his fucking face. Those were my exact words. You could ask Crystal. She was there. It's like people, I don't, you know.
It makes no sense to me. Like, anyway.
You can sit here and say, oh, you're being an asshole. I'm not being an asshole.
You're not.
I'm not.
In this occasion, I would definitely say you're not being an asshole, because this is something that just people need to do.
Well, that's why I said, let me make my own fucking theater. And you know when you come in, if you want to fuck around and be stupid, you're going to get electrical shock.
It's fuck around and find out cinema.
Pretty much.
You're going to go in there, hey, fuck around or find out.
Exactly.
Oh, you fucked around? Time to find out.
Time to find out. Head of security, Big Bim Bowman.
That's right.
B to the fourth power. Go check out his podcast.
You don't even have to do anything. You just need to be there and be intimidating. That's perfect. We'll make sure that you don't get hurt, or you don't have to exert yourself. You know.
Coming up the chat.
But all right, so we got a couple other things that we're gonna do today. So we're gonna switch gears real fast. So I have a quick thing, and I just want to look at the 10 on this list, but there's stuff about arcade cabinets that I thought was interesting. And Tech Radar put out this list of the 50 best arcade cabinets. I thought they were interesting. Then we're going to do some Fat Guy Thanksgiving news and do some things we were supposed to do last week. But Thanksgiving coming up next Thursday is the perfect time. I think we might be able to try to write on it as fast as possible. So let's go through the picks. That's the first thing that we're going to do. Let's try to do that one as fast as possible, considering I think we got about 20 minutes. And then we go. So, first up this week.
I'm tossing kids. That's right.
Yep, that's right. That's what we want you to do. Right. First up, there was New England and Atlanta. New England beat the shit out of Atlanta. I should have put more points into it, and I was pissed off the next morning because I thought, man, I'm putting 10. I'm not sure that they're going to put that much points, and you put this exact same number of points into the goddamn game.
That's right. Wait, it made me laugh. I saw a meme that says you can't let them come back if you don't score any points. You never had the lead. But anyways, yes, I also picked the Patriots.
Next one up is Buffalo, Indianapolis in Buffalo.
Okay, I'm going with the Bills.
Going with the Bills on this one, too, though Indy is a streaky team. I don't know. Got Baltimore going into Chicago. Now, Baltimore shouldn't have lost last week, but they did.
Well, I don't think they're going to lose another one. I'm going to go Ravens over the Bears.
Going Ravens on that one, too.
Their defense, we found out, doesn't have... is hurting. I know Cleo Mack and I think someone else is
on Chicago's side. Yeah, they said Cleo Mack is out for the rest of the year, supposedly.
No.
But so we'll see. You got Detroit going into Cleveland. As much as I want to give this one to Detroit, I'm going with Cleveland.
I almost gave it to the Lions, but I went with the Browns.
Damn
if it was in Detroit, I would have went with the Lions.
All right, we got Houston at Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Titans. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Got Green Bay at Minnesota. Sorry, Josh, I'm taking Green Bay.
I'm taking Green Bay too.
And then you got New York Jets playing Miami in New York.
Honestly, I was just going to say real quick, I kind of wouldn't be surprised if they somehow pulled that one out.
If Minnesota pulled it off. Yeah, it's not a high confidence pick for me, honestly. So Miami Jets?
I went with the Jets.
I'm going with Miami. This is our first differing pick. I just don't know. The Jets are still hurting at QB, and I don't know what Saleh's doing up there. Oh, yeah.
Put his ass in there. He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Goddamn.
Yeah, but jump ball Joey? Okay.
Well, better than fucking rookie fucking keep getting hurt Billy, whatever the fuck.
That's true. Rookie keep getting hurt Billy. Got New Orleans at Philadelphia.
I'm going with the Saints.
Yeah, I'm going with the Aints, too, on that one. You got Washington going into Carolina.
And we got our boy Cam Newton back, baby.
Why would you dump him just to bring him back?
Well,
but that's it. But I bet you he's going to go to be backup unless he somehow takes Sam Darnold's job.
I saw something that says Cam Newton is replacing the backup to the backup to the backup to Cam Newton because they brought in Teddy Bridgewater, right? Who then they brought in Sam Donaldson,
yeah,
and then they brought back Cam Newton.
I'm surprised Kitten is not playing there,
or Sean Hill.
Sean Hill, the mailman.
the cable man.
Cable man. I'm sorry. You got. I'm sure we're going through in Panthers, right?
Panthers.
All right. You got Jacksonville, San Francisco in Jacksonville.
I'm going with the
49ers. You got Cincinnati playing the Raiders in Vegas.
The fucking Raiders!
I'm very low confidence on this. I actually don't know who, so I went with Cincinnati. I literally flipped a coin. Dallas at Kansas City.
Cowboys.
Gotten to do the Cowboys on this one. Arizona at Seattle. Now, Arizona, I think Kyler Murray might be back.
Well, I'm
going with the Cardinals because I think their defense is better.
I'm still going with the
Cardinals. Better than Seattle.
And we found out that Chris Carson's going to be out for the rest of the year, too.
Yep, he's gone. He gone. Then you got the Sunday night game, which is Pittsburgh at the Chargers.
I want to go with the Chargers. I mean, the Steelers so bad on this, but I picked the Chargers.
Ben's out still.
I know, that's why I picked the
Chargers. So that's why we're going with the Chargers on that one. Then you got Giants going into Tampa Bay, playing the Succaneers.
God, I want the Giants so bad again, but going with the Buccaneers.
I may have put points in this for if the Tampa Bay loses, I don't care, but yeah, I want the Giants to go in there. The Giants are like, Brady's kryptonite, so maybe they're going to go in there and they're going to beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, but that was also with Eli.
That was true. So that's it for the picks this week, for everything we got there. Then let's just, if we have time, we will go to the arcade cabinets. I really want to do that, but we're trying to, keep this one a little bit shorter. So instead, we're going to go to some
food news. I like that. Eating with the fat guy.
Chipotle.
Yeah, one of these is kind of a list. I want to know your thoughts on it, but starting with Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel has everything you need for your Thanksgiving needs.
I wouldn't know. Never been in one.
Yeah, there are no Cracker Barrels on the West Coast.
I drove past.
I think they're going to open one down south. And I think it's only a drive-through. It's like one of those mobile kitchens, so you can order it to go, but you can't get it. But it's not going to come all the way up to here to fucking San Francisco area. So.
Well, excuse me. The first time I went to Indiana last year, they're like, "You never been to a Cracker Barrel?" I'm like, "There's no Cracker Barrels around me."
No,
we're going to Cracker Barrel.
It's like a Midwest East Coast thing.
Never went, and then we never went this last time when I went to.
Now there used to be a place in Pleasanton that was where the Macy's, where the what the fuck is that restaurant that's there?
Where at?
Cheesecake Factory. You know where that is?
It's over there. Stone Ridge.
There used to be a restaurant that was very similar that was right behind it.
Oh, okay.
Where it had a room full of shit, and then you went and sat down on the inside and had dinner. That's what I always vision Cracker Barrel. Like, if you need some tchotchkes, you order from a menu. It's a sit-down restaurant, but Cracker Barrel is always known for their
shenanigans.
Their thing.
Like all the shit on the wall?
Yeah, all the shit on the wall that's going on there. But yeah, so if you order it by basically Monday or Tuesday, you have the chance to get a whole feast for $145 or $95 for the family dinner. And get out there. And it always comes with an extra side dish or two, and then you can get some apple pecan streusel pie.
No pumpkin?
Well, I think it comes with turkey breast, dressing, cranberry relish, sweet yeast rolls, potato casserole, pecans, and it comes with the countryside. And then you get some. It doesn't say anything about dessert.
Oh,
how did they not give you fucking dessert? That's not a complete fucking meal. Fuck you, Cracker Barrel. Sorry.
Speaking of restaurants, did you know that Claim Jumpers closed in Fremont?
What? Damn.
My one of my drivers went to go meet his cousin there for dinner, for dinner, and he said it was it was all closed, all the lights were off, it was all, and they looked on the website, and I looked up too, and it said permanently closed.
Wow, that's nuts. We were literally, my company was thinking about using Claim Jumpers for like a Christmas thing, like
not this year.
I guess we ain't going to Claim Jumpers because they're fucking closed. Yeah. It's canceled.
How much money they want to spend? Go to a Boiler Marketplace.
Did you ever go there for their brunch?
Who?
Claim Jumpers.
No.
Oh man, that was great. Like they did the buffet type brunch, but it was like all like the high end type of, like, it was what they normally would cook, right? But just buffet style. It was delicious. And you can get mimosas, bottomless mimosas.
Well, I mean, it is brunch.
I know. Well, that's the only thing you need during brunch, right? And they had different flavors, man, like strawberry.
Flavor me.
All right, so these are supposedly the 40 best Thanksgiving side dishes according to the Modern Proper. So what is your favorite Thanksgiving side dish?
Probably the green bean casserole.
Really?
I love it.
Oh, I love green bean casserole too. Like, but the stuffing, that's always my favorite, and that's just because it's family recipe. But yeah, I know some people are like, that's just a staple. I mean, it's not a weird side dish. But I like things like sweet potatoes.
I almost said stuffing, but like I mean, you thought it's like, it cracks me when people say, "Oh, it's the only time you have it is Thanksgiving." It's like, why? Like mashed potatoes, you can have with so many meals that it's a little different. To me, it's like you can have green bean casserole anytime you want, but it feels like it comes out more often on a special event, and that's why I think I like it a little bit more.
So this one has some weird ones like roasted cauliflower made with pine nuts, panko, and golden raisins.
Well, that don't sound bad.
Raisins. It doesn't sound bad.
It must be a white people
just
recipe.
Not a cauliflower person.
I like cauliflower.
I just it tastes
not cauliflower ear, but
I'd rather have nobody likes that. But I would rather have broccoli over cauliflower any day. Like, I'm such a green vegetable person.
Definitely, I would definitely eat broccoli over cauliflower, but I wouldn't like throw it to the side.
Instead of getting riced cauliflower and everybody's like, "Oh, it tastes," I'm like, just make me riced broccoli and I'll just eat that. It's fine.
But
it's
the reason why they use it like that is because it's healthier.
Well,
Crystal actually made. We normally eat like red beans and rice kind of a thing, but she made it with the cauliflower rice or whatever. Mm-hmm. It was pretty good.
Really, I made fried rice with cauliflower, and it was okay. It just wasn't.
I mean, it's never going to be the exact same, but.
So Thanksgiving rolls, dirty rice instead of stuffing. Have you had dirty rice before?
I've had dirty rice.
Yeah, I make a mean dirty rice.
I've never had your dirty rice.
No, well.
So damn, but definitely ain't gonna replace stuffing with ever.
Potatoes au gratin.
The fuck?
You never had potatoes au gratin?
What is
Scalloped potatoes, where they're like sliced and it's like a cheesy, creamy sauce.
Yeah. I just call it fucking scalloped potatoes.
Yeah, but they're actually different. Both of they're scalloped and potatoes au gratin is a little different.
Yeah. No, I get it, but I've never heard that particular name before.
This picture of the green bean fucking casserole on the right.
That's not a green bean casserole.
That's not. But
nope.
It basically is. It's just not as
where's the fucking
soupy.
Yeah,
it's there. You can see it.
I don't see it.
Yeah,
no,
there's some right there.
That's olive oil.
That little bit right there. That's
olive
mushroom
oil.
soup. But it still looks fucking delicious.
It's olive oil and the reflection of the camera.
Olive oil and the biscuits. Do you prefer having biscuits or rolls?
Either or, but I think I'd lean more towards the rolls.
I think the roll
because
this is when I want those Hawaiian sweet rolls.
Biscuits are good, but I feel like when you're trying to really sop up gravy and potatoes and all that stuff, you want a roll. It's a little more durable. It's not going to crumble like a biscuit will.
Right.
I mean, like even the fluffy biscuits, they're little.
The edges get crumbly.
Yeah, I'd rather have.
with the biscuit is that you can do like a Thanksgiving biscuit and gravy, where you can take dice up a little bit of the ham and a little bit of the turkey, put it on top, and then cover with the gravy, or put the mashed potatoes a little bit on top of the biscuit, then the meat, then the gravy. Oh,
like an open face sandwich.
Yeah, delicious. It sounds as good as it tastes. Delicious. Then here they got garlic mashed potatoes, which is it. Now, I'm not really. This says honey roasted sweet potatoes with labneh. I have no idea what labneh is, but I've just never been a sweet potato fan. Like, it's just one of those weird things.
I don't mind sweet potatoes.
Ben says buttermilk biscuits. That's the way he goes.
Oh yeah, I respect it.
I respect it too.
If I went to your house and you served me a buttermilk biscuit, I'm not going to say no. Tell you that much. But going back to the sweet potatoes, that shit looked pretty bomb. I'm not.
This does look pretty good.
I'm not the go-to sweet potato guy, but like something like that where it's like kind of yammed or whatever. I don't mind it. I like it.
I've made them for people. This is the weird thing. This is one of those things where I'll make stuff for people but I won't fucking eat. Like, it looks pretty. I mean, this looks pretty good. I'd probably give it a try.
Ben, why do I have a feeling like when you walk into the kitchen, you're like, "Where's my buttermilk biscuit?"
Then here we got some other interesting things. Festive sides, Brussels sprouts. How are you in Brussels sprouts?
I love Brussels sprouts.
Really? Have you done them with like the bacon and all that stuff tossed up?
I don't need to do it every time with the. I like just cook me some Brussels sprouts and I'm good to go.
Celery, pear, and hazelnut salad. How do you feel about fruit in your salad?
You know what? It's good. You know why? I know because my aunt makes this bomb ass salad I look forward to every year when around Christmas or whatever that we're doing an event. And she puts like cranberries and apples and stuff in it. It's like so fresh and so and it's all made from scratch because she's Italian. Pretty good. It's fucking delicious.
I like it. My friend's wife made this this pasta salad that she did, and it was weird that when we were having it because I didn't realize there were grapes in it, and I'm not a big fan of grapes, but with all mixed together, it was so goddamn good. I was just like this. I actually went back for seconds and made sure, like, I need to make sure I get some more of those grapes in there.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like me, like I'm kind of lighting up on onions a little bit, but like me, I've never been a fan of onions. But like if it's cooked into something, or even if I know, like when I make my albondigas, I know there's onions in it. You cook it up and let it cook it, or saute them. It's a little different. So yeah,
I love onions. That's one of my favorite things to cook with.
You love it so much once you marry it.
I would, but I'm married to an onion. Broccoli cheese casserole. Now that sounds really good.
I don't know what that is, but I want it in my mouth.
I'm wondering if I can open this up and we can see a picture of what it is. Broccoli cheese casserole. So that looks pretty damn good. Oh man, I want to make some broccoli cheese soup now. Oh man, sounds so good. I'm so hungry. I have not eaten today. Then there's more potato. There's a classic sausage stuffing, and that's kind of what my grandmother made, and that's how we make it as well.
Still waiting to try it.
How do you feel about macaroni and cheese? Well, I want to cook like a Thanksgiving dinner, but I don't want to cook a whole thing, and maybe I just need to do something.
That's the thing, that we get together. Like, I could barbecue a turkey, and you could bring some sides or something.
Yeah, I can make the stuffing, make everybody happy.
There you go. Fuck. We don't traditionally use macaroni and cheese, but I definitely would be opposed to it. I think no, really. I mean,
no, it's just the way. I wouldn't be opposed.
Well, what I'm saying is not like. But what I'm saying is like,
right.
Okay.
When you think about Thanksgiving, I don't think about
dinner. We're gonna have we're gonna have pork chops instead of turkey. You know what I mean? Something like, off the wall kind of a thing. To me, I can see it fitting in there. It's just traditionally we never did macaroni and cheese, but I definitely would say if someone brought it, I wouldn't be like, "What the fuck? That's kind of weird. They brought this." Okay, there you go. Perfect example. Hey, what are you bringing for Thanksgiving dinner? We're all bringing something. Oh, I'm bringing potato salad. Huh? Like, yeah. I love potato salad, but does it belong with the Thanksgiving dinner?
No.
That's my point.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Damn it, making potato soup. Oh. Baked potato soup.
Baked potato soup is bomb,
I have not had that. What I need to do, and I've tried it once, and I need to do it again because I failed the first time, was a twice baked potato. Like
Joey, ex-Joey, he makes some bomb-ass twice baked potatoes.
They've got these also that sound really good. Brown sugar, bacon, roasted sweet potatoes.
You had me at brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
I want some of your brown sugar.
Then yeah. So these are all actually. What's interesting about all this stuff is this is supposedly all like healthy 40. Like, and these all look really good. And actually, it might be saving this page for later to try and make a couple of these things.
Yeah, there you go.
At some point. But yeah, so this is they've also the carrots. This is kind of weird.
My grandma used to do those with the carrots.
Brown butter glazed carrots.
Something similar to it.
Oh, what is this on the side? Hasselbeck potatoes with garlic, herb, and butter.
See, that looks good.
Fucking delicious.
I would love to eat it, but to me, it seems like too much work to just randomly
make it.
Like, I'm not making this for all you. This is for me, motherfucker.
This is for me. This is the way that I'm making things. All right, so then what is your least favorite Thanksgiving side? That was the other thing that I was going to get into.
I guess a salad. I mean, I like salad and I'd eat it, but like I said, I just talking about my aunt's salad. But like, if I'm gonna really go in, I'm going. You know,
if I'm gonna go hard
on mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, stuffing, and you know, yeah, I'd probably say I would could on a side like a salad thing. I could put a aside, or even like you said, yams. Like I like them. But to me, it wouldn't be...
That would be the one I'd probably not. I usually don't. Maybe, and I keep trying it. I feel like it's like candy corn to me. Just like, I'm going to try this again. Maybe it'll be good this time. And I've never found somebody that's made one. Even though, supposedly my mother-in-law makes them, but I think it's just the consistency of the yams that really get to me on the whole thing. So they say for this, for some... I remember, I don't remember if they put it on, but... they're talking about a lot of people nowadays think that the turkey is actually the least important or least important dish. Most people say if there isn't a turkey there, they'd be okay with it.
I don't know. But like to me, Thanksgiving.
That's what it is.
The fucking mascot for Thanksgiving is a fucking turkey.
Yeah, yeah. Would you be upset though if you rolled to Thanksgiving instead of a turkey? There was a brisket.
Yes.
You would?
I would be like, where's the fucking turkey?
Where's my fucking turkey?
Would I eat? Yeah. But I'd be like that fucking TikTok. I'd be like that TikTok that I shared with you guys and Ben did the duet with.
Uh-huh.
Like, how the fuck you having a barbecue and a hamburger with no cheese?
Yeah.
It's a state. If I go to a barbecue and I'm going to have a hamburger, you expect it to be fucking cheese and barbecue sauce.
Just keep the cheese there. Just because you're not going to put cheese on it yourself doesn't mean that you're not going to be the one eating the cheese.
What did Ben say? It
says, cream corn sucks.
You don't like cream corn? Said. I like cream corn.
Yeah, cream corn is okay. Corn probably be another one if there was like
you
something.
Don't like corn, period,
I don't, but that's it. So many Americans dislike classic Thanksgiving sides, according to Instacart. So here's a percentage of respondents who voted the following menu items as the worst side dishes on the menu. Candied yams, 27%. Green bean casserole, those people are fucking crazy, 25%. Cranberry sauce. Now, is that a side? This was an argument I was going to have with somebody.
Thing. If it was a slice of cranberry like that, like where it's gelled, and you're eating it like that, side, in my opinion. But like if it's just like a sauce, then no, because you're just kind of dipping it. So to me,
right, it's like a dip. That's what or it's like a gravy. That's why I kind of see it as well.
Yeah,
I'd like to Ben too. Do you consider that to be? Oh, he's smoking his turkey. Or turkey. He's probably smoking bacon too. I want smoked bacon. Anyway, so cranberry sauce at 24%, sweet potato casserole 21%, stuffing at 12%, salad at 12%, mashed potatoes at 8%, and dinner rolls at 7%. So that is the least. So it looks like the most disliked is candied yams.
I don't even see how dinner rolls are on there. I mean, dinner rolls is just a roll. It's not a side dish.
No. See, that's why I would keep it off the list. You know, I probably would take cranberry sauce and that off the list and put something else. So, while 24% of the survey participants believe that cranberry sauce is the worst side dish, they still have strong preferences about what type of cranberry sauce they prefer. Canned or homemade? What is your choice, Pat?
What's the, there's 2 comments on there.
We got one from, we smoking 2 in the trigger. So Ito is smoking his turkey, Ben's smoking his turkey, and Crystal is enjoying the green bean casserole.
Oh, definitely. Okay, what was the question you asked?
So, how do you prefer your cranberry sauce? Do you prefer it homemade or canned?
I like the can. Me and your aunt will be the ones around the table slicing it and eating that shit like crazy. Now, if you made homemade, I'd definitely eat it. Yeah. But there's something about that Ocean Spray fucking can.
It's all gelatinous.
Yeah, and you slice that bitch. It's just delicious.
So 37% of people in the survey actually preferred
cranberry is
that
so good.
You know, they preferred that homemade was more popular than the canned, but it was still only a small margin where 35% preferred the canned.
I think that people just want to say, well, you're making a Thanksgiving dinner, so it has to be from scratch.
Right. And then here,
honestly,
the people that prefer the canned cranberry sauce, why can't I fucking talk? 68% actually leave it in the shape of the can.
And then you just slice a piece that you need.
And then 27% mash it up so it looks like it's homemade. And then the pie is it's popular Thanksgiving dessert, but here's what the geographical divide amongst the country. So over here, we tend to like more pre-made pies, going out and getting your pie. Whereas you go more towards the East Coast, it seems like more people like to just make their pie. More ingredients, more pies.
I feel like
that does it too. In the way that
especially in the Midwest, they're going to make pies.
Right. That's all they do out there.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking to Josh the other day, and what you doing? He's like, making a pie.
Yeah.
You know.
Crystal made an apple pie the other day.
I saw.
Yeah,
I was wondering why instead of sugar, she didn't use Splenda.
I don't know.
Like, to make it less sugary, Crystal.
Just because you got diabetes problems, what do I got to suffer?
Oh, Ito says, cranberry, I like it in the trash. Never liked it.
That's why I said, I think it's delicious, but, I mean, cranberry juice and everything, I like the tartness. You know, I've never baked that's a lie. I have baked a pie before. In elementary school, when we were doing stuff for, like, I forget what grade it was, maybe 4th or 5th or something. Maybe I think it was 5th. We were doing, like, stuff with pioneers and that kind of stuff. We all had to do projects, and one of the things I did was made a key lime pie.
Ooh, key lime pie.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the most popular Thanksgiving pie in your state, in our state?
Is it not pumpkin?
Well, let's see.
If it's not pumpkin, I'm going to say California. Chocolate.
I would say almost every state is that way. This comes from Food or Wine. So, pumpkin dominates the market. Pumpkin does. So, everybody's favorite pie out there is pumpkin. California, Washington, Oregon, Nevada. Basically, like, the whole West Coast. Here, let me see. Hopefully this will work.
Crystal
I can bring this thing up.
I followed a recipe.
Oh.
I do have sugar substitute, which I'll use it next time.
I got to bring
pie
something
or chocolate cream pie. I'll give you a cream pie.
So we gotta have to look at that, but you can look at the breakdown here, based upon that. See, I forgot what window I was looking at for a second.
I thought you were just completely ignoring me.
Well, you were talking about she has substitute, right?
Yeah, she said pumpkin, and she said or chocolate
cream.
And I said, I'll give you a cream pie.
Yeah, I was ignoring that most definitely. But
you know, I've had pecan before. I don't mind it. I
pecan pie.
Pecan pie. Like if
I had to readjust so it looks better.
If I walked up and you said, "Oh, dude, they were out of pumpkin, but I got a pecan," I'd be like, "All right, cool."
Pecan pie is okay. It's a little too sweet for me, but that's not just because that's always the way it's been. Yeah. But pumpkin pie, hands down. Like whenever I get a chance to have a pumpkin pie, man, I'm gonna eat that shit. But so if you look at the map and the way everything's going, pumpkin dominates most everything that's out there. And then up in the corner, it's apple pie. Up in the top right East Coast corner. And that kind of makes sense to me, right? I think apples primarily come from that region of the country.
That's where like Johnny Appleseed was from.
That's right. And then right here in the southern and central, you've got all of the pecan pie people.
And that makes sense to me too. That makes sense to me.
Pecan.
I figured it'd either be a pecan or like a sweet potato pie in the south areas.
I'd say that. And then over here in this part, Georgia, and all these other states, Tennessee and whatnot. Why is my geography Louisiana? What's this state, Patrick?
Rhode Island.
Yes, that's Rhode Island. The one that I'm pointing at.
It's all matched up.
It's all matched up. But this one's all weird. It's a mix of apple and pecan pie. That's what they prefer down there. One or the other. So it's got a half and half. It's a tie.
Isn't it Kentucky?
It's the Kentucky.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, see?
There you go. So, yeah, we're pumpkin people.
I learned in school.
My geography's terrible. But, yeah, so those are the favorite pies out there as well.
Wait
I
a minute.
decided to add that.
This map kind of sucks. Where's Alaska and Hawaii?
They don't count.
Why not? They're part of America.
They probably are included maybe in this bit, but I don't know. They don't have them on that map, but still. So I guess that's going to be it for this episode because, like we said, we've got another one that we're going to be
Rock's
recording.
Favorite pie, right?
The Rock pie?
The Rock's favorite pie.
What's the Rock's favorite pie?
Poontang pie.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's where we end the podcast. On poontang pie. Oh boy. Anyway, so
why you probably like spam pie? That's racist.
Probably, yeah. And that is very racist, Ito. Why are you doing that?
It's spam and eggs pie, stupid.
And sugar. Lots of sugar. So, how do you feel about that Reese's pie that's sold out like right away? It's not even pie. It's just a giant fucking Reese's cup.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be good, but whatever.
Do you know that the serving size on it? Do you know how many they say it serves?
How many?
48.
How big is that fucking thing?
It's just a 9-inch pie. It's a standard pie.
Jesus.
Then each serving, 160 calories. So when it comes to the full thing, it's like 7,000 calories or 8,000 calories.
My question is, all the people on diets, are you going to go hard on Thanksgiving or still try to be, I'm going to measure out all my food? Guess what?
I'm going hard on Thanksgiving.
Bitch. I'm going hard. What, son?
So, yeah, we'll do the arcade cabinet thing next time because, like, Patrick explained earlier, we're going to record a podcast for Ghostbusters Afterlife. Now, that's going to be, I'm going to explain it here, too, because I don't know if you talked about it.
It doesn't matter what you like.
So what we're going to do is it's going to be on 3 different areas that you can get it on. It's going to be on the Paranormal Pat feed, it's going to be on the Back in Time feed, and then it's going to be available as a video on the YouTube channel for the Terrible Terror podcast. So I'll be putting mine as a video together with everything, and then they'll be, we'll be doing all the other stuff and recording and talking about everything. So looking forward to talking about it. That's why you're not getting anything here. I'm still debating whether or not I want to just stream it, and if I do it, I might just stream it directly to YouTube so that it's up there. But I haven't figured it out, but maybe not.
For tonight? Or what we're doing?
For what we're doing, but I'll figure that out if we're going to do something like that or not. Because Zoom can do that right away. Or I can just capture it over here. And we can get it done.
In my room.
But we'll see. Probably not.
The night
but
together in my room.
Anyway, Patrick, you can find the podcast out there on Twitter.
At IBLT Podcast.
Email
us. Real or fake titty pics. We're waiting for him.
We've been waiting for 7 years.
7 years, bitch! IBLT Podcast at gmail.com.
YouTube.
You can email us other stuff too, by the way. IBLT Podcast.
Twitch.
Fuck me. You skipped one.
I said YouTube.
You
said
Instagram. YouTube. It'd be like that podcast. Twitch.tv/IBLT Podcast.
And then you can find us on all sorts of things such as Stitcher,
Apple Podcasts,
Spreaker,
Blueberry,
Facebook,
Google Play,
GeoSavon, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that
Deezer,
Indian one.
D's Nuts.
Spotify.
Everything out there.
iHeartRadio.
Yep, we're available on that. Amazon Music, Pandora.
I would like to get on Amazon Music on Paranormal Pat.
On there?
It will not fucking. It's like, oh, you already submitted this, and it's like,
so just contact their support. They won't help you at all,
fuckers.
But yeah, and like I mentioned last time, with this one, we now have the Facebook podcast feed live. So once the podcast has been uploaded, instead of uploading a link directly, the whole podcast goes up just as an audio feed that you can listen to from the Facebook app. So if you want to go that way, you can do it that way, or just find us on all of these other things. So you won't see the link up there anymore, but maybe every time we go live, I'll put that as the the pin post. So that way that you can find out what the Twitch channel is if you want to join us in on the conversation that everybody was, even though Ito was fucking late.
Damn it, Ito.
Patrick.
Oh, whoa, are we lagging?
Maybe we're lagging. We lost a frame a second ago, I think, when I did something. Yeah,
now
but we're back. Yeah, it had it again. I saw that we lost one frame. That happened a little while ago. It'd be like that.
But anyways.
So
don't
Patrick.
Don't forget about this.
The slightly regular podcasting network, sipnet.us. Find everything from Ben's Angry Dad podcast to the Paranormal Pativity podcast to 5 favorite fans from the podcast from another world to
Let Me Show You Something podcast.
Let Me Show You Something podcast. I Married a Bigfoot. Your Dad's Action Movies. And Terrible Terror podcast. Many more. So they're all available. Sipnet.us. The site is still up. Andrew is still nice enough to keep that going for us.
I just had him update my photo for Let Me Show You Something.
Well, there you go. So we're all up there. Check it out. And then, but Patrick, now you have a Twitter.
Yes, it's at BigSolo64.
And you have Twitch.
I
skipped one.
Yes, you did again. So, Twitch is Solus_64.
YouTube.
Solus64.
So I was trying to read what Crystal said over here. Pace myself. Too expensive to try the thing. And then you have a blog.
God, I know. I got to get back into doing some stuff on that. But Patrick's Thoughts64.blogspot.com.
And you have 2 other podcasts
3.
and maybe one other that's
we have
not
3.
working.
Chafing the Dream podcast
at
Chafing the Dream Pod. We are getting back on that. As soon as I do this, before I get to yours, I'll explain something. The Let Me Show You Something podcast, or Chafing the Dream is a weight loss podcast that Kyle from Back in Time and I do. Let Me Show You Something podcast. Let Me Show You Something pod on Twitter. That's a podcast I do with the wife. We show each other's movies that we have not seen, or one has seen that the other hasn't. We just did True Lies.
How have you never seen True Lies? Oh, wait.
Yes,
everybody's been asking him that question.
I know. It's just a movie that it came out, and I was like, I'm going to see that, and then I never did. In my defense, it's not like they show it on TV a lot.
I know. You hate Tom Arnold, and that's the reason why you've never seen it.
Hey, what? They don't have it on Blu-ray.
No.
They don't stream it anywhere.
Right.
So it's like, it's not like I could just come across, unless I went out and physically bought it, and I just never
Why don't you go to Arnold's house, knock down his fucking door, kick it in, and be like, listen, motherfucker.
Yeah, give him an epic handshake.
Go steal his copy of the movie, and then bring it back home.
Well, if I'm going to do that, I got to bring the Angry Dad, because I can't go to Arnold's house without bringing the Angry Dad.
That's true.
But, anyways... And
what's the other thing that you're going to say?
The Paranormal Pativity podcast at ParanormalPat64 on Twitter. Bunch of tree links there, stuff there. As I explained in my last episode of Paranormal Pativity podcast, I hit a bump in the road. I just lost creativity. I was doing food reviews. They would sit in my phone for about a month or something. I don't know. It's just hard to explain. And like I said in there, I gave Brian a shitload of love and credit, because this podcast, he pretty much has it to where I just need to show up and talk about my stupid ideas, and he handles everything. So that's why it was a lot easier just to come and do this one. The other stuff, it's not that I'm lazy and I'm not going to do anything. It's just that I just lost the hence why I haven't written. I got really good into writing in my blog, like every month putting a post or more. And I just fell off of that, and then it slowly turned to. Everybody had a bad 2020. I've had a bad 2021.
Mm-hmm. It's different for everyone.
But yeah, so like I said, I'm not going anywhere, and I'm still around. It would have been in Arnold name. How dare you?
So here's the thing, though. I thought that was going to be about Knights of the Video Game Table.
Well, I don't know what the fuck's. I still want to do, and I'm still trying to get with Jeremy about this. Let's at least, Frank is in the ether, so whatever. But try to get Kevin back, do at least one final episode just to close it out. If
you guys could all just do a Zoom episode, stream it somewhere, and
it would be so
have people pop in.
The problem is, and Jared wants to blame me, but I'll admit there's a few times he's wanted me to call him, and I forgot. But you know what? How many times he's flaked on me? It's like, just kind of deal with it.
I think you could do kind of what Dave did, right? Just get a couple guests and at least say goodbye to the podcast.
If anything, I wouldn't mind getting together once a month and just throwing something up.
Right.
But that's I don't have anything. Honestly, stupid ass fucking. stupid ass fucking Twitter made me reset all my passwords. Even the ones I had saved, it tried to put some fake ass password in there.
Speaking of which, did you see that the SIPNet Twitter, it's asking for phone verification now?
No.
Yeah, I tried.
I don't have one for SIP Network.
I got logged out of it.
I never was logged into it.
Well. Ito says, don't tease him. He's been waiting for game updates forever. And Jeremy B. Slackin says, Crystal.
Yep.
Busiest man alive.
Yeah. The busiest man alive at home.
So.
But, like I said, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway,
we'll see where it goes. Oh,
Twitter.
Yeah, it's Toolbert with zeros instead of O's.
Damn that bastard.
Yep.
You have a YouTube.
Toolbert. And I do owe Ito something that I said I'm probably going to do. I got to do a reaction video for him. Nice. He sent me a trailer that he wants me to react to, but I don't know where I'm going to put it on. But, yeah. Hopefully it's not like, did I tell you about the sleepaway camp issue? Ito was there.
I was watching up to the part where...
I went... Okay, this is going to tell me whenever I pick a trailer, I need to watch it first from now on. So I found the Sleepaway Camp 2 trailer, right? Mm-hmm. Great. Normally, they're theatrical trailers. They're put everywhere and whatever is going on. And so it started playing. And everything was going fine. Then it's the scene where she gets out of the pool, and you see the nipples through the shirt. And I'm like, that's probably not going to be... that bad, right? Because it's just water. There's no actual nudity or whatever. Then the next scene is her taking off her shirt in the fucking trailer. So I hit the goddamn button and cut away so fast, turned off the VOD so it's not fucking up there.
Wow.
So, yeah. Fun.
But,
so yeah, Ito, I owe you reaction for that. We also did a live bag unboxing that I wasn't able to record. But that's fine. Nothing was exciting. They were exact same bags. That's the stuff that was in that one over there. Exactly the same.
Bastards.
Yep.
You have Twitch?
Yeah, I have a Twitch. It's twitch.tv/TerribleTerrorPodcast. And I'm thinking of, again, still trying to change the name a little bit just because it's weird having, when people talk to me on streams, call me with the podcast name. And I notice some people, like, there's one channel that I follow, actually subscribe to them, and they were kind of reluctant to say the podcast part, except for one when I did the one thing, he actually said it and talked about me for a second, and it was weird, and I was like, oh, there's like 2,000 people watching in this, and they mentioned the podcast, so... Like, but I'm actually watching and following you because I enjoyed you, not trying to, and I'm always
I see what you're saying.
Popping,
you don't
but
want to seem like you're there for promotion.
Right, and I don't want to be there for promotion. That's why I can't get Terrible Terror. I can't get Terrible_Terror. I can't get Terrible Terror with zeros. Like, what can I do? So I'm trying to figure out how to change the name, but I don't want to change it too much.
Did you say one of those is not even active?
I think it's not even active anymore.
Did you try contacting Twitter?
Yeah,
Twitter?
No, it's not Twitter. Twitch, maybe.
I'm going to say Twitch.
I'm going to check them out again and see what I can do with everything. But, and Ben wants a Raider Pop for last year. So, whoever wants to get on that. So, we got to get him a Raider Pop.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I'm just playing. We'll go in on it.
Yeah, so the last thing then, check out Terrible Terror Podcast. It's available on all podcast platforms. Seed of Chucky just went up. And the next episode is going to be Cabin in the Woods, which I'm looking forward to talking about. And then Pat needs to pick a goddamn Christmas movie for the end of the month and the thing. Because it's a very Pat Christmas is what's happening over there on the Terrible Terror Podcast for December. Because the first guest of the month, his name is Patrick. You're the second guest. Your name is Patrick.
Oh.
So it's a Patrick Christmas is what's going on.
It's beginning to look a lot like Patrick.
Alex will now kill us. It's our stream in our podcast. But yeah, so pick your movie because it's going to be done and released the week of Christmas. It's actually going to fall on Christmas Day is when it's going to be released.
Oh, I'll get something.
So we got some things in the other movies.
How many are you putting up?
3 total. First one is the first week of the month. Second one's the one with Dave. And then Christmas week is yours.
I know you do the one with Dave's. That's why.
Yeah. Instead of releasing Dave's on Christmas Day because it's a bonus episode, and that's the regular episode, we're going to do that.
Ito said, oh, yes, the musical podcast is back.
That's right. It's back. Well, I'm going to look into this because I want to do this game again one of these times. I like the backwards song game. I like making the songs and doing those. Will that go against DCMA? I won't play the forward version, but if I play backwards, it's transformed enough to where it shouldn't give me any type of strikes or get us a strike, right?
The only thing is, it's nice to be able to
know what it is. But the thing is I maybe can play it to you. Maybe we could do something where I could just put numbers on it, and you could have like an earbud in or something. I can play one on the stream. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out what I can do, because I'd like to play games like that, and I like doing the lullaby game. I like doing those little things.
What we can do is just do like a video for YouTube.
We could just do that. We could just do a game video for YouTube. We'll see, because those ones never got marked on YouTube, but I'm worried about Twitch, because Twitch is a fucking idiot.
We could just do,
when it comes to that stuff.
We could do more stuff for our YouTube channel, and then we could do stuff like on Zoom, and we can have other people in there too.
Yeah, right. I'd like to have people actually... I want to actually do a game show. Like, I want to do game shows maybe once a month, have people come on, be a part of it, whether it goes into a podcast feed or not, or use my Twitch channel, the Terrible Terror Twitch channel, to do a Twitch game show once a month, where we invite people on, have them come through Zoom, and then I stream it that way.
Are you going to host it like Steve Harvey?
No. I'm not going to do... Oh, my God! Name one thing that you see in the middle of the night.
Grandma titties.
Grandma's titties! Oh, my God! Goddamn Steve Harvey. Anyway, we're running long here, so I want to thank you guys so much for joining the stream. Thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast.
Hold on.
And there's something else.
Do a claymation podcast episode for
claymation. We're gonna do one for
Are you talking about
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. No, I can. The one with Dave. I thought it was just going to be a short thing. Turns out it's an 1.5 hour long movie. It's a full fucking movie. I'm like, son of a bitch. And wait till you hear what it is. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, for listening. And then we're going to cut over.
One more thing.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Mr. L that was in the chat earlier, if you need some graphic design, hit him up.
Please do.
Please do. Graphic design, any kind of work you need done, animation, graphic design stuff. I wish. Hold on. I'm gonna get his damn Twitter, because last time I said the podcast, and I think I said it wrong. So
you said it wrong.
Yes, it is at _Mr. and then just the letter L. We'll put it in the show notes. But yeah, or just his I can't talk all of a sudden again. Or just hit him up at PTO Unlimited if any graphic design needs.
That's right. And so, anything else before we log off?